It's calling you and it wants you as much as you want it. So I say when your dream calls, you better answer. And guess what? You might have to work full-time on your job and full-time on your dream.
Yes. Wow.
Gone are the days of having to choose. I could either do this or I could do that. I could have a family or I could have, or I could have this. No, you better balance. The Bible says he delights in us having a just weight. You better balance. And you may have to, you may get so good, and if you're creative and innovative, you might work yourself out of a job. But if not, don't leave your dream waiting. Don't work harder on your job than you do on your dream.
Come on.
And you know what I tell people? Work your dream like you work your job. You go sick. You go in the rain. You go into sleep. See, when you're in business for yourself, people think that you just live and eat bonbons all day. And that's not the case with entrepreneurship. Living your dream, working your dream, it's hard. It's rewarding, but it's very hard work. And so what I find is that I'm working around the clock. Sometimes from 5 a.m. until whenever it gets done. There is no clocking out of your dream. You don't have the opportunity to put it on the shelf on the weekend and come back to it on Monday morning. I may meet somebody at Saturday night in the 7-Eleven getting gas that has a big piece to my puzzle. So when you're a dreamer, you're always awake. You're always looking. And you realize that. So do not work harder on your jobs than you do on your dreams. So first thing, women of distinction, they're dreamers. They live their dream. They live with passion. If you don't have one, and you have one, I won't say if you don't have one, if you lost it, take the time to rediscover it because it's there. It never left. Life happened, but remember that, see, the keys are still in the house because you got in with them. That's how he built us. We were all created the same way. Whether you ever take the time and do the work to find them and use them, it's up to you. You own your results, but it's there. It is absolutely there. The next thing that women of distinction do, they lead with integrity. And I'll just tell you a story. I, about 2 years ago, left the principalship. Honestly, schools are high pressure. There's nothing, no ram against public education, but they're not the institutions that they were when I started almost 20 years ago. And so things began to change, life changed. Pastor Gina, I realize now that we say hello and goodbye many times in life, to callings, to transit. I mean, it happens. And it changed. That season changed for me. And I'm so glad that I was conscious, because if I had been asleep, I'd still be sitting at that desk in tears saying, God, there's got to be something else for me to do. And so life happened. I got married, I had kids, and my son, who's 3 now, he was a year old, he wasn't even sleeping throughout the night, and he still is questionable now, even at 3. We're working on that. But I remember getting up in the morning, going to work exhausted. I mean, literally just praying that the light would turn red so I could close my eyes for just a second. So I'm living just this I'm on this hamster wheel. I'm doing this square dance where you get up, you go to work, you come home, you go to bed, you get up, you go, and just this whole square. And I was like, you know what, wait a minute. I am too young for this. I'm too cute for this. I'm not fixing to do this. It is crazy because I didn't know what was ahead. I didn't have it all figured out. I just knew where I was didn't work anymore. My husband said it's like a pair of shoes that were comfortable got too little. These are my go-tos. When my heels, I always put these on. I'm thinking 17 years in education, I can teach and run schools with my eyes closed. That I got. I know I've been called to do that. But things shifted. So I had this family, I had these kids. My husband was a principal, so we're like 2 ships in the night, And I just decided, I said, I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know what's on the other end, but I can't be for these children what I can't be for mine. And that's really what you're asking me to do. The other thing is I realized I was in somebody's seat. I said, there's a person whose life work this is. It's no longer mine. So I gotta move from this space so that that person can get in position. And I'll figure out where I'm going. Don't worry about me. Just let me go. People thought I was crazy. Other principals would say, well, what if it doesn't work? I said, what if it does? I said, the worst thing that could happen is I can come back and get a job like you. Then they said, you're going to lose your seat on the bus. You have to go back to being an assistant principal. Talking about leading. It's not about positions. You have to go back and you won't have your school. I said, good. I'm tired of carrying it. I'm tired of sitting up at night, worrying about, because as a principal, it's much like being a pastor. Anything that happens in that building, you're responsible for. I kid you not, I had a cafeteria lady, one of my food nutrition staff,